Hi, everybody.
Hi, this is Trey Parker.
This is Matt Stone. This is the season 12 DVD commentary that we have been so excited about for weeks. We've been just aching to do this. We just got done doing the season, a week and a half ago?
Yep. And we basically spend the year making a season just so that we can do commentary.
Yeah, we love it.
We just think about it all year long about what we're going to say in the commentary.
It was hard. It's just after Thanksgiving as we record this, and I was calling Trey all Thanksgiving. I was like, can you believe it? Next Monday we get to do commentary. Oh my God, I'm so fucking excited.
No more sitting around on the couch watching football. We got to go down to the office and do commentary.
And talk about the shit that we just did. So anyway, with that, let's get going on tonsil trouble.
We actually just finished. We're starting to catch up to our seasons now because we just finished season 12, a week ago?
Yeah,
a week and a half ago. We did the last episode, the vampire episode. And so that means that this, which was the first, was back in March or something like that.
Yeah, it must have been, yeah.
And in very typical fashion, what happened with this episode was we made this ahead of time, meaning a few weeks before the run, thinking, all right, we'll make a show that we can sort of bank and show later in the run so that we can get a few days off.
This will for sure be funny and easy to do.
Yeah. And so
Carmen getting AIDS.
We animated about half of it, and then of course, as always, it got to be Saturday before the first show was supposed to air, and we just didn't know what to do, and so we just...
No, that actually we did. We bailed on the Britney show.
We bailed on two shows. It was going to be the strike show. We had the strike show going, and we had Britney going.
Basically, what happens is we always have a really good idea for the first show that we think, and we have a lot of faith in it, and then as it gets close to the air date, we freak out and basically lose faith in whatever show we're doing and push it, and then grab some other idea, and we end up screwing it up a bunch.
And just go with the simplest thing we have.
So we were going to start this this run. I remember we were going to start with the Britney show,
right?
And then we decided no. Right. That's too hardcore. We need to start with the strike show.
Which is so funny because it just doesn't matter what show we start with anymore.
No one even fucking cares, except for us.
Most people see it on the internet or DVDs anyway, so it's it totally doesn't matter what show's first, but we freak out about it anyway.
It's very 1980s and 70s of us to think that people actually are sitting around going, wow, what's going to be the first episode? Because there's no other way to see it,
right.
back then, but now there is.
And we realized with this, the hard thing was that as people were watching it, even as some of the writers that we were showing it to, because we had kind of done it ahead of time, everyone's kind of sitting there going, okay, well, Cartman obviously doesn't really have AIDS, so what's going on here? And so as you're watching this, you're kind of going, okay, so what's the joke? What's the joke? And it's no, he really does have AIDS.
Yeah, that was the big struggle, was making sure people knew that, no, he really does. He really does have AIDS. I think the big breakthrough, too, is finally coming up with we didn't really have an end, and then we came up with the cash thing.
Yeah, that was our big breakthrough.
That was our big breakthrough that got us to this episode. Once we came up with the cash thing, we're like, oh, this could be a first episode.
Well,
America's hanging by a thread, wondering what we're going to do for our first episode.
I mean, I do love the thing that the reason that we had a lot of faith in this one was just because I think that some of the dialogue between Cartman and Kyle in this is some of their best dialogue. There's just scenes of them just sitting there talking to each other that are some of the funniest I think that they've ever.
When he gives Kyle AIDS, that's a good moment. I thought it was funny. HIV positive.
And it's great, too, that as soon as he gets AIDS, he suddenly starts dressing like Tom Hanks in Philadelphia. He even wears a little Philadelphia hat.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And a scarf, because that's what people do when they get terminal disease, is they start wearing a scarf.
And a little cough and a scarf. All right, let's move on to... That's pretty good, right?
Yeah,
Did we do enough for this?
That was good. That was really good.
Good start.
So this is the Britney show, which is among the top 5 of what we call polarizing episodes, because this is one of those shows where it's basically people totally loved it and it's one of their favorite shows, or people just totally hated it, and which was interesting because when we put it out,
kind of like Britney Spears actually.
Yeah,
exactly. Mirroring Britney Spears' popularity, which was our point.
It's just one of those shows where you're either on the train, or if you're not on the train, then it's a big bummer the whole time, because it's just you're either kind of in on the joke or it's just really stupid. And our first feedback, and we've learned not to pay much attention to it, but all the message boards, which is usually just all the kids, they didn't get it at all. But then we started hearing back from friends, and it's weird. The more we traveled north. A lot of people in Canada really liked it, and a lot of people in New York really liked it, but a lot of our friends who, especially if you know the lottery, And we know that's not like real pop culture thing reference, but the big idea of doing the lottery with Britney Spears we thought was a pretty cool idea. But we get that if you don't really get that, then it's just
They'll just be like, "Why are you being so mean?"
But you still get peeing on a ladybug.
We did not. I mean, we never thought that the episode was mean to Britney Spears. We thought it was mean to the press. And there were people who thought, mean to ourselves. And people really thought it was like, it was mean to people who thought, oh my God, they're doing that to Britney Spears.
Didn't get it
And misunderstood it. But there is also like, even if you do get it, this episode is definitely, there are some points in this episode there were laughs. We definitely like it's less about laughs and more about, no, this is the point.
Right.
You know, and especially at the end where it's like, nope, it's not funny.
Right.
Fuck you. You just have to kind of sit here and watch it.
We're not putting the jokes in and the stoning, and it's like,
just kind of have to sit there and suck it.
yeah. Because that was, we were talking about, I remember being on the writer's retreat for this run, and we're talking about things to do, and it was during that week, there were a lot of weeks where Britney was self-destructing, but it was right during that time where it was just the very worst. And it was really during that week where everyone was like, she's going to kill herself. She's going to kill herself for sure. And so we're like, all right, well, let's have her kill herself on the show.
Right.
And that was really the thing, is like, think how timely people will think we are, because we were just guessing she was going to kill herself. And we'd have the show kind of ready to go. And,
yeah.
But she did. She pulled through. So.
Oh, yeah, she pulled through. That's good. It was a little bit like, I mean, we're obviously the most, like, ready to make fun of celebrities and their stupid obsessions. But it was kind of unnerving that time, especially, like, you'd go out to dinner with, like, really mild-mannered people. And like, I can't wait to see her just kill herself. How's she going to kill herself? You're like, really, man?
Yeah.
Like, really want someone to kill herself?
And that's kind of why we had Kyle in the show, and that was the thing. Some people too were like, "Oh,
like, we're usually those guys, but not like my mom."
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
they're like, "You guys are hypocrites because you're the ones that do this to celebrities." And we're like, "Yeah, we know," and that's why Kyle says that. Like, we're all responsible for this, and maybe this one time, it's got to be all okay, but maybe this one time we should kind of let her alone, because she is gonna fucking kill herself. And and she didn't kill herself. And I think it's thanks to us, actually. She probably didn't kill herself.
Yeah, she didn't kill herself. But the other the other thing was this point right here where she actually shoots her head off.
Yeah.
That was the really kind of tricky part.
Yeah, it was basically from that moment in the show, you're either on the train or you're not on the train.
that was the real tricky part.
Yeah. If you're not on the train, then it's not stopping for you. All right, let's move on.
Let's move on.
It was just a joke. My kids ain't here.